of the 286 U.S. troops who died since Congress, including our senators Menendez and Lautenberg from New Jersey, voted for the supplemental allocation of $93 billion to continue the war in Iraq. 5 of these troops were from New Jersey. Private First Class David J. Bentz III was one of them. His mother, Kimberly Gianotti, is a member of Military Families Speak Out. David's grandfather had cancer. When David died on June 20th, his grandfather wept, stopped eating, and died. He was buried a week later next to his grandson at the Gloucester County Veterans Cemetery. I'm speaking on behalf of Military Families Speak Out, a national organization with over 3,500 members with loved ones in the military. My youngest son is serving in Iraq. People see the numbers of troops killed. We see that more than 655,000 Iraqi people have died, but many people have no idea the depth of the suffering of the families. MFSO member John Fenton's son Matthew lay for 1 week at Bethesda Naval Hospital before he died. His skull was sunken in from an IED. John said the whole floor was filled with troops with skulls sunken in from brain injuries. He said the other floors had troops with 1, 2, and 3 amputations. Troops returning are suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, traumatic brain injury, depleted uranium poisoning, and more. When Hurricane Katrina struck, many of us wondered why the National Guard wasn't there en masse to rescue people. I ask you, where was the National Guard and their equipment during Hurricane Katrina? Where was it? Where were they? In Iraq, and people died needlessly, and their families and loved ones have suffered. More than $1.5 trillion has been spent on this illegal and immoral war, a war based on lies and greed. Those billions of dollars should have been spent here in the communities for housing, healthcare, education, recreation, jobs, and social services. Dr. King said on April 4th, 1967, "I knew that America would never invest the necessary funds or energies in rehabilitation of its poor, so long as the adventures like Vietnam continue to draw men and skills and money like some dynamic suction tube. I was increasingly compelled to see the war as an enemy of the poor and to attack it as such. The same applies to the war in Iraq today. Funding the war means killing our troops and harming our communities. Military Families Speak Out calls on Congress to vote in September against the supplemental allocation for Iraq. We do not want timetables. We want Congress to defund the war, to bring all the troops home now, to take care of them when they get here, and to redirect the monies for our communities. When do you want the troops home? Where do we want the money?